Okay, so it was for Yababio, Yababon, come on, little sports stories. So, higher all sports GH. And with YouTube, once again, we say thank you very much. And of course, you know that this is your usual back to back latest sports updates. Let's have a conversation. And of course, Biggie. Biggie's back. Biggie Yare Kakra Zedie Wababa Kopenyi Bibia Bokodie. Nyakopon ase. Me hu obi a wayare a wakwa ba no ho asa ye frem mo sa na che say de ohwe wo no hwe wo yie pa. Aha.
Akokra na ofri injiri ba bia the performance ne kosoro.
E kire say.
Said de wo kan.
Minti ase.
Ose obi a wayare akwa ba no yefe. Aha na me dey isi ande ne example.
Ah yo.
Nipadua bia ne said dey sitie. Aha unze players dey nka wo play wo ba. Wo performance ni bibia wo bo kakra na wa peke. Ba isi ande wo play akoba. Sa time no kana na
so no o yare ko ba na niemoma ye yie di ama.
O nko akra na asa yesa me nche den hu.
Ye nua ba wo hwe big nyakopon nhira wati. O mo awaya. Mumbo se ma ba no. Mumbo se ma ba no ba na ye ni nyina.
On some way influence papa yo te hey. Or so body interview. Asem so we mo you.
Hey! Ye nua ba wo hwe big nyame nhira o. Hey!
New team body.
New team no be give me bia boko de. Hwe so bi yare na okoba na afi wa hihye kama na che say oba bia bo no nkwan ana de mi kemebo. What did you find?
Say yare nye no ne ho hia ba recovery no. The recovery speed wo mo na che say what the credit ma ho. Enye ma me no.
Sa
Biggie.
Hey, Biggie.
No ne haircut no so no ya na me baba yi na baso. Me share Biggie o stadium a. Me ni no meeting.
Yeah.
Rasta. But Biggie there.
De bia e dano e say one day de bia okokoyi. E no kwen de mo.
To me keep shape no. I don't to be keep his measurement no from Hano.
The ten say yeah. The
You take as a measurement.
What the rule out one? The ten say be answer my mutiny can do crow here. Ye nyina no efufu babu ana akwechire what you say. But Biggie there no the da it me say anopa bia okọ no matia man answer no abeju.
North Korea president so
Biggie. Oh, for once again we say thank you very much, Monkobo. Biggie. So I'm being told to say after say Chelsea Emma Facundo Buonanotte a free club with Mukoye, you know. Chelsea ABU Omar registered Dario Isugu until he's been registered back. And one conversation as I say El Coso Chelsea generated a lot of conversation is the issue of a centre back. After Chelsea wanted to do that it was summer, but they say Omepushi said January they are looking in the market at a centre back Ababebo sa position. If I am right, Chelsea were how many centre backs? A lot of them, about 6. Disasi, Levi Cowell, Tosin Adara BIU, one crying member Wesley Fofana, Betty Ashele, you know, a host of them. And now Nancy so mama Asa Ansaminyo Cologne. Inti but still no and Mamudu Sasso so called strike book. Still na Chelsea a per centre back. That conversation a generative baby say no. Omunya boche no montweng sama but coach in the push say the ball na person bono o here ball playing center back could be so about any host of other things we want to have a conversation on, but let's begin with the Chelsea conversation na yini komo.
First of all, when you hear stories like this, ayana ayeme yakaka ayeme ya because of Rosinia, but ayeme ya because of the exit of Enzo Maresca.
Okay,
yes, I'm saying this because Chelsea problem as you see a coach friend is Rosinia Babeto. Our Rosinia a personnel in terms of footballers, players. And the Ababe solves our problem na Chelsea no. These are problems and not coach Enzo Maresca di home como. It was rumored. Yeah. So Enzo Maresca a centre back, an experienced one for that matter, especially over here left centre back. Our experience. No the Ababe Chelsea bobo code, no Ababe Chelsea. A bobo code. But the end you here. Papa na sa center back na open. Sign na open wenya. They told him the materials they were on no. Only some materials no. Na on from most season no. He was doing his best. Eventually, at the end I know he na wenya no. Menu mienu hu se na ha Chelsea bobo ko no. But ni nyina mu no. Na obon homodin de match Chelsea. Oko Rosini aba. They are not the former coach Ebisa. Young farmer no. Now Chelsea wants to provide that for Rosinia. It's the na obi. No na baba be adwuma. Now what prove say on your materials now all penwa. Adwuma no betimi aye better because with limited resources. How the Chelsea team was transformed and the performance and coach Enzo Maresca. He wasn't perfect. And they no doubt about it. But baby you free bani adwuma no baba ye no. O chire wiase nyina se so onya de wo hwehwa. Obetimi abon homodin de ama Chelsea boboko no. Nti wo coach wa chire we na ope bibi de aboa na dwuma yemu a wan fa ama no but wakwa fa new manager de naba wo de sa de ne ma no so no ne mfanya adwuma ana se o de be ma no se omfanya adwuma na de okoe na abroad na opesa wo bona na.
Isn't this a similar story to that of Carlo Ancelotti? Because the last year before he left the club, he was complaining. So also pay center back. He wanted a left. Basically he needed signings. Jabi Alonso came. They gave him the opportunity for him to sign players. A similar story, Anna.
Oh yes, similar.
So, but
and for Carlo Diano, the main catcher say Madrid was fed up with Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay.
They felt the assessor of Yama team no
okay.
Especially looking at the playing style of Real Madrid. Florentino Perez and the top hierarchy, high-ranking members of Real Madrid clearly they felt they needed a change in their style of play. And now Carlo Ancelotti Diano, and yet necessarily based on performance, because he had proven everything. Say he's a top-class manager. Say Juma no ayen wo baby nko and I won't find grade at Real Madrid he proved it. So
I am getting news to say you mentioned say na Maresca per center back. Yes, sporting directors na nye Maresca player ope and I know mo demand they wanted a specific player be na omo pe Dean Howson. So on na no mususu say ball play no betimi aboni yi pa o premiership experience and omolusu Dean Howson to Real Madrid. Inti omolusu Dean Howson to Real Madrid. They need to be very careful to go for the next player, not necessarily the pressure coach. They do to almost no matter player diaba. Inti one of those reasons why. But
me say I see from that angle. But I dear back say if that is the case, then the Chelsea technical directorate and yeah a Jumana enfam more coaches about Chelsea bobo. I am saying this because it drew the transfer window. Menu me say player be a woo penny be a wobipe. Dean Howson was one of the most sought after players.
Yeah.
Our transfer window ne twa mu. It is a nya won na wo pa. There is no guarantee say wo benya wo. Enti when it gets to the transfer market, player now open o plan A wo ho. O on a backup. E wo ekoba say wo anya omumienu mpo a, anaso omumienu ni mu bia, you have a third plan. So what you say? And this okay say when you Dean Howson, and based on that, now person we careful and until one to be am fan coach no, then one kasa won nim adwuma as a transfer like as a sporting director.
Well, they don't want to rush and make decisions because 2 seasons ni o ma to top players bebre aba club ni mo amfa
and until that make us say it is not about rushing.
Yeah.
It is about getting the right plan.
Okay.
It's open Dean Howson no. Dean Howson ball no ball you know. There are other teams almost open no. There is no guarantee say obenya. It's ebia wahwehwe. Menya Dean Howson ebia mekwa kofa Bastoni. Menya Bastoni ebia mekwa kofa Murillo.
I get you.
Say what you say.
I get you.
It's say wanya we ya. You go for your next target. But ekobasa menya no it's a man to bia. Then what do man want ye?
Right.
And only me problem.
Thank you very much, Newton. Chelsea conversation, you know. Na you move on.
So say no, say Koku. Yeah, now we try to leave the basis of the game behind us, but won't we jai end to watch? Discussion mo ye nyina no. Ade ba ko be na person twe ya dwene koso kakra. There hasn't been a single teamer in an era, in a generation, at a period, what dominated or what sorry, I can say, even what fight is a part of teams that are competing. One fixing a central defense. The basis of this game, no common in all respected as pillars of every structure.
Yeah.
And now I owe pillars in the original dino. The bedroom baby, I'm so me renovation, but to chance you better home. But pillars and you to good. True. So every team biana a dominating, a competing in an era no. We're fixing nature hormone. Nature has been a constant department. Inti yense sano yentanse sano. Even game no crane ye starting ye kwa. Record is see what you sacrifice any more for be near the chiro about the show. You always need to fix your defense as an wetimiako. It's Chelsea team no me hwe ne din akwaku. Ya na me dia reho kakra. Center backs are obo budi obo Fofana, obo Badiashile, obo Tosin, obo Chalobah. Levico will ho. And
Disasi yabone Diana.
Disasi.
Yeah.
They are about 6 or 7 central defenders.
Josh Kraboho.
Josh Champo.
Yeah.
Was about 6 or 7 or 8 center backs. Busa ho say 2 bay and a bomber fapa.
For now, Fofana
But
and
sorry,
Chalobah.
I don't know yet for now. You kind of timer thought starting a to TC Kwemo or Samobano. Which 2? Not really emphasizing on the moment now.
The reason I used for now was injuries because of Fofana injuries in Sabno. But if everyone is okay, Fofana, Chalobah.
Okay, so how many?
Or Fofana, Levi Cowell, basically.
Oh, some person be common more.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be asking you questions.
Yeah.
But person may be Chelsea. How many seasons? First, Maresca boss say, any other the reality is say you always need to fix up your defense. Because the defense will last still. Or the more attackers and 10 defense in your 10, you are not going anywhere. And which I'm referring say, check Barca success. When your center backs 2 be able to Madrid success. And send you when you're 2 be able to Inter Milan success under Jose when you're 2 be. Oko national team be every time. Pochettino Spurs you want find you be but still when you're 4 and 5 be able. So Chelsea children. Look. This midfield here, we a Madrid ya midfield no a come wie. Enzo James Casedo miensano. We 2 no mo bo yi miensano mo bo. Se Madrid enya sa balance where me can say Madrid need quality individually, but me can balance and rhythm. So the James ne Casedo bought to am say Enzo be so say Madrid nya ba be shemfin fi sa balance no. So Chelsea de kwaku am ho be kire mo pa because of a kire ho no nko no. Chop and change, and the 2-way bonafa, and the 2-way. It will be a gusto or bobona or boboni yepa. It will be now push her to. But gone are the days only sell left back on a Ashley Cordia.
No correct. John Terry Carvalho, stable.
Oba ni mo about 2 silver more time no.
Yeah.
Uba baba to Gary Cahill, Money Luis more time no. Aspilicueta more train no. Antonio Conte the Bayer Jumano. It has always been this. It has always been this. So me in my opinion, so Chelsea person munya omonasu gina ye pa no. I think say this almost share almost central defense in year as soon as possible. And so much chiro no. We have always been discussing this. You can have some of the best players at some point in the game. When your players be say Ronaldo, when your players say Messi in the final 10, or make me should go the amount. But a quiet the team in the first over concede no. So you Messi now try to show defense on man. Now Bokre yefu. So me I feel say right now toward Bolimo adia mo ye no. So what they to bibi ho a to tofra. There's no really a guideline be on more shares with the to. It's a PG suban be on down the before Luis Enrique no. Oh, how na PG come market. Nanye tailored. Nanye and guided by anything. PG feel say Cavani na sorrow Italy Yanko Why na sorrow here they kept doing that. It was not really guided by a certain principle of purchases or recruitment. And I'm going to hear you, man. I want to trust we. I and look, at some points in the Blasters, my example which one top coach say, Amate and the John Boy boy, na me yem because of their nature. But even centre backs, I can't want some. You'll be a boy foul.
No crap.
Want to be more PKM, and be successful. Over the boning in our Baba Senako. Besides, the ball so called any relevant. You need role play.
Yeah.
You need rough and smooth to match.
No crap.
Natural set on Buso. Would you also have Bobby release we? Pick two and give me the attributes. Give me their features. How they fit together as 4 and 5. 4 and 5. On the field, one of the best friends. On the field, one of the best friends. Center backs too, no. If you don't have that telepathy, there's no chemistry, there's no rhythm. Where you mistake, there's no cover. I didn't think Ramos, or the whole Ramos and Pepe Hochino. Ucha Pepe and Ramos Hochino because they work in tandem. So, Chelsea Nyan fixed that department now. And look, what is that sometimes, yeah, you can anchor. But no matter the role I'll be bought as an anchor or 4 and 5, it matter.
Yeah.
We are solid, said, dear. 10 be breachy, attack be breachy.
Yeah.
Who saves you?
Yeah.
Who saves you?
Of course, you are human. Sometimes you have a bad game, and I say, "Oh, misplace pass," and I say, "Oh, your mistake with regards to your tackling." And again, you need someone to serve you.
So, Kwaku, to be very honest, Chelsea, be a mecca say a permanent kakra in the last couple of games. I Sanchez and a Kukuyera and you don't baby a Majaboso. Kuku one wait to a and ball left back, and a Sanchez so no. What show say jogging sending to me. But center backs too, their injuries, the inconsistencies, and everything at AC Hono hasn't really fruited out to be a dear friend say understanding in New at all.
When will Chelsea fix H0 issues? It looks like coaches are balanced when you know pay center back. But anyway, say John Heitzinger, former IAS coach, former Liverpool assistant, you see, Okoye Juma or Tottenham Hotspur, or assistant to Thomas Frank. And see, say Heitzinger in Juma. Now, Real Madrid is saying criticisms are ever Florentino Perez, then the board, then the management, so and the Jabi Alonso, Dainton, and Mopamo, no, and Mustal and Amo, and the M1, and a lot of discussions going on. Say Real Madrid for Niemano Moye, no, a bad, giving so much power to the players, ABR recruitment, so more, no, and yet, my coaching Kwanya Nadia. Madrid says that whatever you are calling, say a bad practice, no, it has given them 6 Champions League trophies in the last 12 years. So what is this brouhaha about Adia bad? Because minimum say Adia bad and they say Adia MR results. But if they are doing something that is not normal in your eyes, but give them results, they are good to go. So Madrid say on Madrid remains Madrid because whatever they are doing is giving them trophies. Biggie.
Kwaku, me jitu mse football no. The most important thing is results. Into whatever decision will be taken, neither the intended results ever no. That is the most important thing. And they are support and no. That's for a fact. Florentino Perez as a person, honesty. He's done extremely well. Real Madrid with a lot of decisions are taking. Those same decisions are taking about Real Madrid now makes it difficult for you to question him when he's taking a wrong decision or a bad decision. Yes. For me, the Xabi Alonso situation, whoever blames Florentino Perez, menene ya agree 100%.
Certainty.
In the first place, if every Real Madrid supporter feels the Xabi Alonso appointment was wrong, Xabi Alonso and Timmy are one of whom first, Pejawani Koko Shesoro, Florentino Perez, or no Nafaso Bono.
Was it a wrong decision to appoint Xabi Alonso?
Second, Xabi Alonso, midway through the season, makes it a wrong decision in appointing him.
No, but it could be said you made the right decision, but Xabi Alonso did not live up to expectations because say day in day out, taking decisions in our eyes we think it is good, but just that it didn't work out. That does not mean the decision was wrong.
what makes it wrong to me, and I say, I can't be convinced, says Xabi Alonso, this season for Real Madrid, he's been a bad coach. Yes.
Madrid standards, please.
Of course, we are going to talk about the Madrid standards, but the Madrid standards definitely goes with the class and level and standards of Barcelona.
True.
It was Spanish La Liga and in Spain.
True.
League now you born why that first and why that second. Barcelona that first. Real Madrid that second. Or truly Barcelona by 4 points, right? Xabi Alonso, so that's all. Say only ho. Real Madrid is still in contention for the Spanish La Liga title because 4 points there. Looking at the remaining matches, anything can still happen. Though, looking at the experience of Hansi Flick, it makes it difficult. That's for a fact. But, any over for Real Madrid. Champions League, Real Madrid is still in contention. Copa del Rey, Real Madrid was in contention. Clearly. Madrid competition is almost bo. And the winning crew were in before Obaba be pamu coach, na Madrid da suwo mu a eye possible say Real Madrid betimi agye. The entire maker say second Xabi Alonso obi wo blame bia on farmer Florentino Perez and say you know the level and standard of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
In appointing Carlo Ancelotti and then about Real Madrid bobo ko ni no. Now when you juma coach e friend say Carlo Ancelotti ababa be ye. E wo wiase football mu. E wo Real Madrid nankasa mu. Ansa na wo sign so dey na back. At a point, and then the party feels a lot of the coaches second coming ayana emfa into be a Carlo Ancelotti betimi aya. Carlo Ancelotti second coming to Real Madrid. Can you tell me say amfa? FIA. Why? Coach Carlo Ancelotti knows his onions. He's an experienced manager, a top class manager for that matter. It is a Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world. This is not arguable. Now, Open coach, you know, for a top class coach, a match. The moment a Madrid back for coach, only experience, you know. As I say, we did to say you are starting from somewhere. Se Madrid kofa Jurgen Klopp. Se Madrid kofa Luis Enrique. Se Madrid kofa Pep Guardiola. And all did the bar Madrid bobo anymore. And I all expecting instant results. I want the first season more Real Madrid and come in the problem. But how kofa Xabi Alonso? And found say waji Bundesliga. And found say wako unbeaten in Germany. A record I been see that I Germany 1 year. And sana all back a Spain no. The Real Madrid job papa nim fisusa. Looking at the top class coaches, my handle Real Madrid bobo kono. Obibeti me argue from a point says Zinedine Zidane was a nobody when it comes to coaching. When he had the opportunity, Real Madrid bobo kono but succeed here. No correct. Name mum sadia no esi once a while. And until that Zidane nankasa with no disrespect. And they on person obeji team bia no waye mu aduma biem because onim sadia no de Madrid here no. So obeji team ahye pa no they are breaking that standard. Ebeye ding into on person obeha no biem. There are even reports I say Madrid for furniture and come na me interim coach or so on. He knows the standard not set it on team breaking. That is the kind of job. How difficult it is. So what you say? It is Zidane Modiano. Any Pep Guardiola Modiano mun your opportunity to Barca. The bust onto the scene. No. It happens once in a lifetime. A year Juma or Honor. There is no guarantee. So kofa another inexperienced coach by year Juma. Debbie. Enti fa papa preko. Say amfa yenimisa amfa. Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid and said amfa biya. But we know say at that time Madrid appointed the right man by a fan amfa. It is all of Xabi Alonso, a good prospective coach. Now, one man at time, I'm an fan building the kind of project or person of build here. In the first place, you made the wrong choice.
But it's okay. But see, those decisions and a Madrid sister said it's as giving them trophies. So they think say what you term as wrong, what they are doing here wrong, no. Affect you more trophies.
Of course.
There has been coaches on my bar, Madrid. A pulley plugs on them early to say Zidane obeshimwe obeji trophies. You know they've gone through this process again and again. The story about it said Madrid say I'll be set a game no or my hit say just say rock bottom cry into say I feel omoko trophyless they are going to take major decisions next summer.
The year came in and Saba BC as 7 American also. Say it's sign the success story of Real Madrid. any Florentino Perez Oma warrior no any decisions no inkunim dia dia bre Real Madrid bobo ko nintino se o take decision na ye wrong krampo akwa ku ntimi nka
afi de omo so be say Madrid e ko trophy sa obe touch players ni bi
obe touch players ni bi
of course
so he knows some of the players say a problem the Real Madrid
said the season ko na nim na ye behu
what picky coach ni ye young or ye a bit inexperienced hwe adia ba kwa me hu ni say Boaz Zidane or Real Madrid pa akwaku enye because Zidane was a good coach but the Zinedine Zidane figure as a former player the personality you are going to respect Zidane because the whole player no Zidane has done a lot
big ye sounds to me the bia Kashenko for say ye two adwuma say una we head coach say obeye ho taxes nko a enye adwuma
of course
because adia ye di nipa ye die nipa na ebe execute with taxes no
sure
see I remember I listened to an interview from Nagelsmann also no crowd there obeye coach we who say 70% of coaching yes our social relationship with your players taxes are just 30%.
Yeah.
Inti coaches ni nyina beginning to understand sa ne man say sa 70% no unye no a the players can execute your job for you.
Yeah.
And no tin as Zinedine Zidane ko fo gire says Zidane or your coach but he knows what to do because he worked under Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Knows how to make players feel okay.
Sure.
Since I did Jose Mourinho be the Pro Max those days was Chelsea me against the world players no they fought for him it is a sad no hwa na adena Jabi Alonso emphasize theory no enfin Real Madrid because how be fair man the say you look at your previous predecessors then tinema e pamu mo no so okay Madrid no stars so into those social relationship players no more execute job no I have to live well with them many almost na year and kind no a bonus
Yeah.
just like the 70-30 rule and the other and also so one consider ni na kwa chef Florentino Perez ko wi
The India in that instance me san so they share the corner ne say Zidane there no kwaku makane personality into Zidane ehia say ebi mpo a obe force player na so obe tia player say chinchina you say mame you look at the personality Zidane alone you give him some level of respect.
True.
Xabi Alonso any sharp personality need be compared to Zinedine Zidane.
True but ne dey so nya bad biggie
There be any bad.
Yes. Boni be pay
Any bad.
Exactly.
No pretty any bad. But difference in the say Xabi Alonso there no. That is why I keep talking about a good or a young prospective coach. What for prospective coach? Once a man the power in a club like Real Madrid, a man kwadana en hunu say si papa we ni ene ye adwuma se ma mommy bra yi me ya boni bia decision will be taken against him and he holds not the higher ranking member of Real Madrid and the baba beka bibia mame. But Florentino Perez mo man kwadana hunu say the coach ne beka nimpo no mfa ho de yen beka na ye final.
Samra we say na wo under Carlo Ancelotti. Why didn't
the
we find
difference is Sanko na ye come ho asem no. Anything that me so mo mu aducha Alonso.
And I make us say Samra na Yesusu say you wrong no. It was there under Zinedine Zidane. They won 3 Champions Leagues.
But I feel
it was there under Carlo Ancelotti. They won trophies. Why is the same rule? Na other coaches they've lived with it peacefully.
That is
now
why
Alonso they na be a problem.
That is why I'm talking about Nimuduro no. Okay. Florentino Perez and Ankasa. Ehwe Carlo Ancelotti anymore. Adie bi wo ha wontimi nye.
Well, you see for no to
be done anymore. Adie bi wo ha wontimi nye. But kwa kuta obeka ya nan say there report. Say Florentino Perez impose Alonso na onye ne choice na ye suggest ne ma no. Me sure say what is answer.
Osi angel mo na yeah.
David, say what? If that is the case, share the kind of treatment or the Bema coach no compared to coaches are na on choice.
On say
so for me me the blame ni be my papa no
ti Perez me hwe makome mo minim say ye Perez a minye sure so ko be pa Alonso ono nko a
say ko be fa Alonso
exactly the reason I make us say on say Alonso no the different style na eba Madrid Perez wo ideology be say ball no enya prepare nko a na ye give me the result but transitions now be play well. And the supporters no youth for no pay beautiful football. It's not the pressure to Carlo Ancelotti so no. It's pressure na na mpenyifoni biwa Jose Angel Sanchez mo Butrigueno mo na fe almost so to gum so okay say you for no na say supporters no na way to almost so they want beautiful football attached to results and they said let's bring in a young culture or also a style of play or the excitement plus results. Okay, so if papa penny because okay no problem, let's go along it. You better support no bring him your baby a man into abana. Oh, who are you better opportunity for another two mobile?
Yeah, Koku, Madrid and Comedy. I don't think it's even an argument. So, Madrid is someone star. What for? I mean, what for? Enco Academy. And now say Enco to players are feeling more potentials. Omunya establish it. And Madrid in your day. One, me and I mean, to say they are the biggest club in the world. True. When a stamp any dear so Champions League na ye bono, La Liga na ye bono. Who reigns in those different divisions? By Champions League, Madrid Corona. Now, so was a Madrid relevance and a big na a last na. Oh, say AC Milan at Yashi. Champions League, check how many teams are. I say, I'm more pretenders. I'm sorry. I'm just 1, 2 per team. No, I say at you can count many. Ma say at some point 92, 93 they thought something sorry. Look, Liverpool, but Madrid here. Ubetimi kind or more dry moment and I just track the 2 generations. But Nancy no who the root,
very consistent.
But they are not too hard more. Everything Madrid has been doing the Obosa Jitu say outside Spain or Obi and Homo betimi am more pressure. Ebo mo jine ye. Sir, they have that enemy best friend around in Barcelona.
Yeah.
So one anytime Biana Barca team no shisha Madrid ohunu. Na sabe enye ahonkyere kakra Barca team no acheshishe. Omunim dia somewhere. They know if they have Julian Alvarez team no beko. They know say Jonathan Taba ya e ka raho honkyere no kanye Jara Martin be she ho. Basika 70 no a delay kakra. Madrid also know that. Seka Barca nya sa ne man hyehyɛ akokodwo mo no start any Jude din komato ho na before Jude no na Afonso Davies nkomo no wo pa only say sabe Madrid nim say oh ye nisika but yen kase nisika sa we are still going for the quality it buying the jewel at that time in Afonso do I'm not respecting it say obo number 10 form na no pick
yes ka crowd je cry nisika ke
Madrid say why you be would be oh we dey say who ya no aba na top boy ni trim no start no asoro ho before him no money Alaba Abba Alaba was good no China super and Madrid has been doing that no mo dey akofa Mbappe mo ho and no mo dey akonyo mo nyina na ba they have always been going for the finest na akwese sikania wo onye show say the sikana sa but they say oh ahochira ba wi aso nti ahochira ba you think say aka obia but say sikani kro no owura wine shop wa Jewel no that's and that is Mbappe ni Jude no Jude no Bundesliga top jewel.
He was the best player in the Bundesliga.
And nobody cover by. Mbappe is similar. True. And even Mbappe no look Madrid on this can they fought PSG. Now person who said Madrid are bigger. At the time that Perez and Name Portana small boy be busa and say now Mbappe or they never buy now for him Kwakunya sa video be share. And also who is Mbappe? We are focusing on big stars. Oh no how odi ade na no. So Madrid need you wana kwan ya wafa so odi aba be kese. Now how do they maintain themselves on that same ladder no mujina so no? One players need you akofa biaba. Me no work say Timbe na Mbappe a ompe Vinicius. Na Master Antonio no roba no. Na Mama Sancho one secret be. Me Spanish football pa. How abotro mu nyama talent nti. Kwakuji tu mu say apart from Mbappe mo ye established Jude mo na me fa na Bundesliga mo ye established no. Sa hwa de bia Madrid oye. Se okwakofa the friend no akra or young player ba. Okọ for the finest.
Yeah, true.
Ada Goulash no. Were a Turkish finest. They believe say Nurisa Hemo, Ozilimo, Etchemu no. New generation, we know the leader of that generation. And it's possible for you Mutiano Mudurika Kofana Hendrik, Palmeiras and one Estival Wayne and Asoria.
And a Victor Roque.
And a Victor Roque. Omona no Moba. Masantuono. The Kromo Babi also free banner. He was seen as the new jewel of the dawn. Sana Madrid Aquayo. When was the last time I was a Madrid Academy? I could players by 4-5 for the Mama City. They know so bad. The load of expectation that was so. It's me, my one survivor. The only pare homo, no more buy, no more journey, no more moko. So, at the end of Sundada, or Sundada, what was Ali Obonkra? Check Ali Timino.
There will be.
And Crass and I had a womb. The same thing of a coach in Pa, of a coach or more to Pa, Sana Ali, a Cavano. So Madrid ya sorry kwaku eni kwa so change na kwan na o change ya emfa nebom football no a traveler. Football is always a traveler. A brebi a twem no na Manchester United a boasty of Dwight York ne Andy Cole na Steve Bruce mo and watch ho no mo a me solid untwem nko ba bia Kai Paulins one of the best midfielders EPL na produce. And Manchester and 100 money. Just connected to Papa so anymore. Football is a time traveler. So, what about Drew Madrid say players or the Ama Madrid no? Omuntimi enya coach obetimi aka omo sisi ni. And Carlo Ancelotti and him say no Madrid be brewa hakakra. Especially so ko fa young coach Edineba. Na etu ontwa. Barca no Madrid no nyina once a while they want to give you chance. Once a while, but I'm far because pressure no Makacho. The coach is the face of every football club. The president decides, but that's just on a sheet of paper. And your fans in decide. Coach Zito, opa my fans now. On the day we are on but if you about try a jumana ye and your bob you or bastard my fans no be so Madrid no fan base you know. Huge
pressure no so
kwaku share and na me ka say me say there are levels to everything na me de mani edi CAF Champions League echi no me ne kotoko akọ me ne me de ma akọ and me go stars akọ matches ni bi no sebe be chem ni go stars match ai bo ha Samatex ni oh the best nations no me bu oba bo fia one mu cry
oh but they understand says level
but level no be no Champions League you know even group stage Mediama na Ali Mediama believes that the tension na water na no yanyam pie no me na me ka cho na kokum ha
na different from the na mu hu ha no na na mo kra no na me si me bisa mo call bibie ni no bibie ni call no, but right from tenor, no. And what was happening? Levels now work, no. We use that as an example for.
Okay, that's so back up. That's what I
pressure no so.
Nuruddin, Mediama center back.
Defender, no.
Yeah. Okay, see you say off from pa. Now every dressing room be a player who form pa no usually about phone is a bookkeeper doing first we never started and you technical meeting I say but your body your buffer na Nuruddin okase no ho said the no kra na ye ho hyehye because of form pa na any early no yeah analysis no na e call first half no dressing room no be gina me no say coach ekrofo no bekade we motia Persitel mu no because getting what's a fake positioning before be corner no na different player jira ne nchen ye be corner no o yes o mark na different player ni jira ho na no ni jira ho first na
for baby yeah
see on say tackle the four fans coach confirm bakada we motia afere ne be second half no Saturday about 0-0 na Ghana for hope we wu say 0-0 ya boy ni ya wie
say o we unwo mo say we ya ha afere ni so
Bodu be osuru
standards ni be osuru pa
in football no your Ghana league no Obian say about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Some boy Obian say about 90 minutes. Mambuso Asembako. Barca Madrid. Some about 90 minutes. Opa so say the same 90 minutes no more be na be chimney samates ebana.
In terms of what standard of play?
Intensity no is different.
Okay, very true.
The chimney we more about 50 to 55 minutes. They can you waste.
Yeah.
Your ball.
And even those 50 minutes, the intensity is very, very low. You know?
Now, you bo early no.
Yeah.
Now we show you two no. Ball no concha. Now you play a jeans one. I want to on my fast. I want to name. No, I start to so no concha. So,
the intensity is high. Maintaining.
Yes. Now, Obo say, "Who are medical team? No, the necessary bench. Honey, the idea for so or short it.
Mobo.
Yeah, the game is up there. So Madrid, no, Omanya shoot to more cost rawi, Kwaku. I'm to more cost rawi. Busa Hosa France, Chouameni abo World Cup, abo final. But she did Obo Madrid. Always on dinner who years are. Yes, or you're just another player. Kamavinga, or you're just another player in the colors of Real Madrid, Americano. And recall Lyon, she the Casa in the conference this year. The same thing, a Casa, a month for back to Qua, or want to be mobile, John Hono Qua, who know Obo, or they crop of Rubens Ababa Shet Kotokokra. Madrid a shooting level, no. May yet prophet of doom. But game na me share between Madrid and Abaseti, no. Abeloa, on to me, Juman. So sending no crowd.
Didn't see now, Casa.
And a Panama say the most commonest English our politicians start use to when they want change, a radical. Now radical, no, I don't know how I can explain that. But they say we hear somebody or you're so radical.
Okay.
Or dug out. Or yeah, or what? Or yeah, high-spirited coach.
Exactly. You take a decision. Hey, master, this is this.
Obenya results, obenya control, other than that, Kwaku. And now, some share game now. I haven't seen this for a long time. Even Madrid and Sheriff ball Benebawa. It will not require our for. I didn't even see a soft fight. Yesterday it was never like Madrid fight.
For the last goal no mo share no. It's then no more no which was
even the first goal was even way easier. Boy the toilet no. I believe the session go to no touchline. And I'm saying, look at that guy. So, Kwaku Madrid didn't change your coin. Now change your coin. So, what is the other alternative? Alternative be by get players are more established.
So the Spanish guys are reporting a lot of things that happen with Madrid campaign. They say Madrid board the phone and say all the Madrid players are not performing except Thibaut Courtois and Kylian Mbappe. The rest are not performing.
Performance comes from confidence.
Okay.
No matter your talent. At some point, me show Ousmane Dembele and me who says Samay or Barca no. And anybody who understands football, should Dembele at Barca, should Dembele at PSG. They are who's all ball with confidence.
PSG.
Obia mama je talent if no one who talent kwada. When it is exhibited, and I can say, this guy. But before that exhibition, it's some magic, what tricks in behind the scenes. The confidence to exhibit it. Say, sideway control na kudus oyeno. Brazil for you. If I tell you how many players as ask us to know but the confidence to apply it in the game is different. So at this point, we are talking about say when your confidence, but the exhibiting. That is the whole thing. Madrid players, Jude, he's a good player. Mbappe is a good player. Even Mamifa Man City, example way. Check Man City without Rodri, no. Now when you know, Pep Guardiola na mu kura no hu na hu say na team no. Omo lucky be of field na so. But right now City is playing with different attitude altogether. So Madrid squad are short in confidence. They don't have a coach. What they the spirit and adrenaline no be boys no. They don't have that.
Well, Real Madrid issues upon issues. We are ending this conversation with the Afcon. Biggie, binim some years send Rauhi binam Rahu diama Musala send Musi channel Egypt wanya some ketwa.
I don't know much channel.
Almost one Afcon and Monty Minje.
Onon ko ntimi
and now crucial games so no.
Se Salah ko Egypt sanity o.
Inti no yemfa the whole Afcon and the minimum I expect say these two countries on the final and then basically let's look at the Afcon and its issues.
For Mohamed Salah issue personally me surprised. So watch Mohamed Salah in the Egyptian national team. Salah hasn't been that extraordinary. So body my Egypt back then. Time Anna Mohamed Salah ya brand here. Near friend the African Messi. With no disrespect to Mohamed Salah. Ghana Black Stars ni Egypt. Na de nkwambu so obetwe Samuel Nkum. At that time, at Chepa. But at that time, still not Salah ya Salah. Not in blue Salah way. But at least he had that quality for you to be nicknamed the African Messi there. Then clearly, at that time now was our quality. But now they in the man. So it's been like that. And the Egyptians are still thinking, like say, no. But most of the big players, it is not all of them that excels like they excels in their clubs at the national team level.
Okay.
Nancy Vinicius, then an Brazil from Fanyano. Almost about Untimimbo. But Vinicius in Real Madrid, on a normal day, it's like a beast on the field of play. And then Nancy Mbappe by Union issues near there. On the Madrid team, it's in a Betis. But even at that time, Madrid team a Betis umpo. No, Brazil, I want to be more. Into their players are. I thought almost come national teams more as easy. And me sure said the best show more pie said Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Senegal, Egypt, Asia at the semi-final stage. Na Sadio Mane anya shekwa what me anya go. I didn't mind qualify. Na Salah and me anya go, went to me anya assist, went to me one more even a shot on target in that particular game. And definitely me sure some more has Sadio Mane in a home. But it's been like that for Mohamed Salah for so many years. And the Egyptian national team, no, me sure say, "Oma Janet, that's why you almost almost Egypt, no." It is Hassan Sheata Egypt, no. That is what they are thinking. But then the Egyptian national team is not like that, so they just have to accept it. This is what they have now. Me stage no mudu or Afcon with no disrespect. My expectation was some Hassan bet me the Egypt across semi-final. They don't have that kind of quality. Debbie, a dinner no more than to be surprised or free mo. Nigeria, Morocco abobo pa. But before God and man, one of the teams that I enjoy or play or tournament with Mupa has been Nigeria. But if you say you are give a friend why it matters most, and was why it mattered most for Nigeria. Almost all the big boys from a carry team on their shoulders throughout the tournament. They weren't at the party. Yes. With the exception of almost central defender Calvin Bassey. Throughout the tournament, he's been a standout player. Aside and no. Player our born home in power Nigeria team in the tournament has been Ademola Lookman. And Ademola Lookman was off color. Boss in the crampon team in court Nama Victor Osimhen Swabam Faswo. It was difficult for Nigeria to create a single chance. Akwa Adams Fabona on team you see. And Eric Shelley at the point to be blaming because and formation na all bono. How na a more pretty system no. Na Akwa Adams more or less even though he's a striker, but obiemu ko wide. Eko ko fa boss no honom de ba. But oko wide honom no because he's a striker. Na ontimi operate mfam free honom to say the winger beye. Because let me feel so on only position. Time na office Mazraoui especially. Mazraoui was the weakest link to me in the Moroccan team. It is that time, no. So now we see Simon more Parker so. So when you wingers be on more sharp, and also San and Sa, and about typical 4-3-3. And the Ademola Lookman to so Osimhen and Finfi, and all the most Simon Babijina's opposition and our Adams Jinana. I am sure they would have gotten something better from that. But unfortunately, coach and to me and yes, I know. I'm a Neman Konkan from Nigeria. Alex Iwobi has been a good player at this tournament. Yesterday he was off color. It's immense no standing to the party. Big boys in Nina. And no Munina or Madida. And uncle, you know, because they have a preconceived mindset. Sagana ni lebedi. South Africa for home. It's a dog between Sagana and Ibedi.
But what is this perception say calf for deliberately on somebody trophy in Morocco? Because looks like teams Asia Morocco seem to complain. Morocco for calf for the trophy in we send some bre or more den. Why?
Kwaku at the end of Todan Kwama once say you can be far line or Messi who in 2022.
Aha, World Cup so kwanya ifa so can be far. Say if FIFA 4% of the World Cup na pampa so na waje.
It's Morocco for and
but they are working and I say Morocco for no.
And they are in 24 classes you through their piano.
Hey.
To me for Morocco they kwaku for whatever happened. It is in the past. But born na Morocco abo. Unti min kan chem say Morocco je Afcon no and sem fata omo. They've played football at G Afcon. Hey. And now Nigeria will be blame you. They weren't at the party yesterday. Baby, I need here pa no. A honorable Nigerian big boys disappointing Nigeria. And can you blame Morocco for the poor performance of Nigeria?
Well, and you look at this performance now, all the the Black Stars. Charlie, yes, I see a raise standards. No, honestly, nyai fans who no but
Afcon nimponira World Cup no.
Oh, tio.
Because standard of play was through.
We are almost like Ghana are qualified for World Cup. Sabe for 6-7 years in ye. You qualify for World Cup pe na you refi the mistakes are Black Stars fundamental problems say you refi. Honestly, standards na countries ni be air kono. Ye kwa from mo. What the Senegal be 6-7 years in ye. How many finals no we drew Afcon imu?
I think
Morocco. Yeah. Egypt no pa once and so we finals too. Nigeria na some more problems but Afcon imu no almost still now they are strong.
Yeah.
So your standards na for the ball ni air kono.
Na there are teams
yenye serious o.
Shebola na Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire,
Cameroon surprise me.
Hey, chale yenye serious so she ball na. Ball no more ball now the 2 year dey ni bi ho a. Chale yo, Minia Newton.
Afcon no amama who say Walid Regrago. Or a tough guy.
Hey,
or a tough guy. Last time now the penalty he is paying free, you know. It was a landmark in our football. Because continentally we feel say Uruguay, Portugal, Spain, you know. Yani into me you it was a landmark.
Yeah.
But now we are sadly way a can. Nigeria source, no. About better say, oh, not just say, or prepare beyond 90 minutes. Do cut-off stages, or prepare beyond just the 90 minutes. Now, this wasn't a gamer. Obajuni say, or prepare for penalties. So, looking at chances of creativity in Nigeria. Now, yes, son, why you did boy, chino. No more short articles be brave for Maradona, especially in America. Somewhere let to crowd no touch be can we used to be single-handedly won this Maradona single-handedly and you know cray amada die check you na yesha born you who say single-handedly bro for practically you know cray kwaku omo share kata 2022 a mo feel Messi there ombebo Messi abaso saa ko say ombe free ase
yeah
nemum ultimate Messi performance no matter what he did. Our brother forget Emiliano Martinez in his save now.
Hey, that was crucial. That was crucial.
In Chirima, ba Messi. But that moment, even now we share game in life, and I would try within a quiet slow motion. I'll share Ukraine. Oh, Messi there.
But history. Maybe you should say a word and they say Messi single-handedly.
It pains me.
But that is what history will tell us. Messi won the World Cup for Argentina.
Now, Mamma was so say me no pay. Shenra. Any tournament we. Ubusa say why na the Nigeria ba do stage where oh Osimhen.
Ademola.
And Aquadams.
Yeah.
Now o check goal contribution kra no ayomo a. Omo me nsa no and na involve pa no Ibrahim Diaz ne. Em sa mad. Because Kushadi be no see. And Wabali showed up. But we won't show up.
And Wabali, yeah.
It was a teamwork. Yes, asoso. Wabali save you. He needed Osimhen more.
Yeah.
No save no more banner. So he needs Osimhen to respond. Yet they are not in the game, including penalties. He was still saving. He needs them to finish one for him. So how can you tell me say single-handedly somebody would see and drag the whole nation on my shoulders? Shoulders bend a bit to the whole nation. Kuku. Now me enjoy Morocco with pains. Me enjoy Morocco with pains in my heart. Number Nigeria. but the rate are not more pressing Nigeria. No, I said no. There's no way Nigeria are coming back. They have a solid team. Morocco was solid team. Timmy, in a creative defensive balance, and limiting Nigeria to no shots in the box. 120 minutes, no shot in the box. A team that features Adimola and then Victor Osimhen, no shot in the box. Osimhen no, and outside the box, no. He's a top guy in the box. But I'm not boxing with the no be Osimhen. So they did a lot of work without the ball, and on the ball, Morocco was superb. They deserve to be in the final. Then a lie in Nigeria for the side and beba. But me blame lie you. Careful for me blame you.
Okay.
Lie ko Morocco varum ho. And then Rosa Abaha. Morocco ne we non an head of VAR. It's here an resi consensus. Kokuyan kind of crank. I didn't resi.
But yeah, Ghana crank. I make it can be Nigeria.
But game I travel to penalties here. Forget about the ref.
It's not.
You had a chance.
Exactly.
Chukwu a penalty boy. Which you gam said you know. Me dressing room ma wonti. Ya na isi ekobobani e bojama ombom kwaku. Ya dressing we are pressure for saba o. Ombom ni nyina anteko.
Real crab befi.
Ni abaye warm up na pressure na asa dimi. Say she bibia ne sabe jina touchline na ho ne yakotena bench ya. Pressure for saba out. So chewing gum na no we taw sa no. We say akọ pressure what the kwanchi. What you should to why say the dimi na ni nyina ache so we ni field no so ba bia.
You say or chewing gum not to calm himself down.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, now only say maybe he has to folk assistant coach as a head coach Tijani.
Kotoko. A shen or chewing gum ne sat out.
Pressure back Chukwu is what I come actually. But you're more Senegal so.
Well, yeah.
Timor on the African continent. Over force Egypt to defend. They forced Egypt into their shores.
Senegal they ready.
Ocean no game no kwaku. Na Egypt defend there. Yeah. It was so embarrassing.
But Senegal for the level na was through.
Na my main case say me so, me dey kind of videos. Ombeyi Hassan Hosamadi. Egypt coach you know. Tell everybody I told you. Ombe manager adwuma na to. Ya na me kan. Every team, any team, you lose, but the manner you lose, and then the man was sacking or you're in 10. Also, also could defend it. I catch him. Lose when your papa, I'm being ready. I'm also fighting. Yeah, lose. They know. But look at Hassan. Respect another Senegal. Even with that, I saw the Lamine Camara. I saw Bermuda.
Yeah, second half.
Shot, it deflected, you know.
Yeah.
And Senegal has a very solid team. Tactically, coach in or decided on Egypt in team called direct vertical football no or Casabako counter Egypt for the normal pay. So or choose possession and or drop post smile and or call for Ilman in the eye. Do we keep the ball no in the final third with me and maintaining control during possession, no retaining ball at his feet. But Ismail Assar belong to the counter attacking group and or bench in one. But after say a person will defend the 1-0 no. Tactically, Oceania you should defend and then about protect goal.
Kwebeko 5 at the back cry.
A bit of Hansi Flick here classical. No person will defend the one or the Rashford.
Yeah.
A Bermu.
Yeah.
Say let's start defend from
let's start from the top.
The same thing no they smile as okay yeah.
Yeah. Or didn't be
for counter any break off.
Newton ni big me share Senegal for no. Mani mo kono omumbere cause boys na Ibrahim Mbaye mo kra dey afi no moba we share India Liman money Ismail Assar crowd started from the bench master projects and for year no mama yenye serious o
omo wo lie be on Senegal we sign a contract omo federation na your part federation of
they are working what means are they no more year no hey
who say Ibrahim Mbaye 17 years so above France U16
yeah
Obedru national team France na money ko din ko company for ko ho enyo no nko Habib Diarra
midfielder no
youth setups na Obedru senior team no catch us no hold on Habebo and no man put for coho.
Na Chelsea small boy is Mamadou Sa.
Ono so no you 21 and on Nakasa France and also Mombu.
Yenye serious o biggie. Projects are teams ni bi ye no hu.
Morocco so yes I dey bi. Morocco say Lamine. Oman hu Lamine ni yi.
Lamine omo ye late.
Oman hu Lamine yi. Also Akofa Elias Akoma.
Akoma.
Yeah.
Olympic team no national tendency no ma German Diaz no. We are solid player.
Now to convince Brahim Diaz to even come back and play Kradaya some kit one.
Run one
Master.
Oh, at some point in the game, bro. What to come?
Yeah.
Are there projects now for you know? These are projects a last 5-6 years. And at the end, no crano, or the full sim ultimate say, I don't know more, no, they are not ready to stop.
Hugo Bruce,
yeah, serious.
Do we even have a project?
Hugo Bruce Becker said, Afcon assistant. The quality level has shot up.
No, it is going ample.
And no, we didn't South Africa say, "Master, what free move?" Why you know? So no, continent in a place you soon drew or more free foreign never no. Share and no born. It's a purely European level game.
Standard no sro. Was sro.
Na me share Sen Wenger, na me share Arsenal game no hanam say share. What drug Arsenal crowd the African stadium will enjoy game no.
Efe. Hey. Well, thank you very much. I think one day I would want us to look at if we have a project, if we can compete with these guys. Because at one time I am sure Nese Ghana ye ko Afcon no ni free muntamwa ke ba be kase obi ehu bobo. Nkasa na ye ba be kase oh say the countries no munyina eni ball no football no asesa.
When you say ye ne child mo kra bodra ye ka.
Enso so hwe the echo so Afcon. But we born no mo born no. Biggie, any new thing, Nyakopon Onshiramo be pre for more time. Madarama, I really appreciate it. Kofi, thank you very much. Next video coming up. Bye bye.